This week we check out a new turtle exhibit at Sea Life Aquarium.
And then we pick the brain of a former Disney Imagineer.
We'll also have the latest theme park news and more coming at you right now.
Brought to you by MEI Travel, our preferred travel agent for Disney World, Universal, cruises, and all your vacation planning needs. For a free quote with no obligation, visit MEItravel.com.
Undercover Tourist is our recommended supplier of discount tickets to Florida and California theme parks and attractions. For the best deals and planning tips, go to undercovertourist.com or find them on Facebook and Twitter.
Fun Spot America is Central Florida's only family-owned theme park, offering 2 locations, Orlando and Kissimmee. Both theme parks provide safe, clean fun. For more information, visit fun-spot.com.
Hello and welcome to this week's episode of the show. I'm Banks.
And I'm Elisa.
So Elisa, are you a member of the D23 fan club with Disney?
I am. I have the free membership.
Yep, they have that free membership. Anyone can join online, but they also have paid memberships. It's a gold membership, and what it gets you is a year of their quarterly magazine, as well as first chance to buy tickets to like D23 Expo or Destination D, but also a yearly gift. And this is what we have right here for 2016. This is called From the Office of Walt Disney, and inside it's a bunch of replicas of various documents and things from Walt Disney's life. So yeah, let's open it up and take a look in here. First off, you can see over here, list of everything that's inside the box, so that if you don't know what's in here, but let's quickly go through here. Press event replica for the opening of Disneyland. Go.
Aw, nice little doodle of Mickey Mouse, and it's signed.
Looks something.
Visitor pass.
Great photo of Walt right here, recording
Walt's,
lines.
Plane.
Envelope, his personal envelope for his office. I love this right here. This is the replica of the script to review for the Florida Project episode that he did.
That's cool.
Some notes on there. It's just a lot of neat little trinkets. Oswald. And so
Mickey
this
Mouse Club, just so many cool things.
So many little cool knickknacks in here. This is available for new and renewing D23 members through the end of this year. So you still got plenty of time to pick this up for yourself. It's $80 to be a gold D23 member, but with stuff like this and the 4 issues of the magazine and the other benefits, I think that's a nice price.
That is pretty cool.
Especially if you're a Disney fan.
Definitely.
All right, so shall we get to some news in the queue?
Let's do it.
First up this week, a new Jungle Book show is coming to Animal Kingdom as part of their nighttime entertainment.
The new Rivers of Light show might not be ready quite yet, but that isn't stopping Walt Disney World from showing off their other new offerings.
Starting on Memorial Day weekend, guests will be able to ride Kilimanjaro safaris or Cali River Rapids at night, dance alongside African performers, and experience a live musical celebration of Disney's new hit film, The Jungle Book.
The Jungle Book show will take place on the water until Rivers of Light is ready to start later this year.
The Tree of Life will also undergo awakenings periodically through the night as projections of nature scenes and stories appear on the tree. I'm looking forward to this Jungle Book. It's great that they're bringing in just some kind of temporary entertainment to make up for the fact that there's no Rivers of Light.
Definitely. I kind of wonder what it's going to be like, because I know Jungle Book used to be at Animal Kingdom, right?
Yeah, oh my gosh, yeah. When
like
the park,
way back
when it first
Tarzan.
opened. Yeah, I think from 98 to maybe 2001, they had a Jungle Book show where Nemo is right now. So
I'm sure it'll be more updated.
It'll be a bit more based on the live action Jungle Book and not the animated one, but still, I still have yet to go see the Jungle Book. Have you seen it?
Yes. It's awesome.
Yeah, I've heard so many, and they've greenlit a sequel already, so I've heard many good things.
It's really, really, really good. Actually, we were at the mall today, and we were like, wow, for Jungle Book just coming out, they're not really selling a lot of merchandise, but honestly, it seems like more of an adult movie.
Yeah, really?
Yeah.
Well, I think Disney didn't really expect it to be as popular as it became, so now they're like, oh, sequels coming, now they're going to throw the merchandise out like crazy.
Yeah.
So Star Wars will go away and we'll get Jungle Book stuff.
Just for a little bit of time.
Now, the Disney princesses at Walt Disney World will be welcoming their newest edition this August.
Following her television debut in a new animated series this summer, summer on Disney Channel, guests will be able to meet Princess Elena, a bold, caring, funny, and clever 16-year-old in the fairy tale kingdom of Avalor.
Elena is the first Disney princess inspired by Latin culture and will be appearing at the Magic Kingdom. I'm looking forward to this show.
I know.
Spencer, this is in the, you know how there's like the Marvel Cinematic Universe? This is kind of, I guess you would say, it's the Princess Sophia animated universe, because it's based in that same kind of universe as Princess Sophia, so we may even see those two characters crossing paths.
True.
So I'm looking forward to it.
I wonder if she's going to speak Spanish to the guests at Disney.
I would hope so, and it makes you think, what the character experience, I guess you would say, is going to be like. So I'm looking forward to being able to say hi to her and hola, say hola.
Hola, Elena. Soon you'll be able to get a sneak peek through the looking glass at Disney parks on both coasts.
Beginning next Friday, May 6th, guests will be able to catch a preview of scenes from the upcoming sequel to Tim Burton's take on Alice in Wonderland in the One Man's Dream Theater at Hollywood Studios, and in 3D with special effects at the Sunset Showcase Theater at California Adventure.
The 10-minute sneak peek will be playing through June 12th. The movie itself drops into theaters May 27th.
Did you see the first Alice in Wonderland?
I did.
It was one of those things like, yeah, I watched it, I enjoyed it, but it wasn't like groundbreaking to me.
Yeah, I liked it. I'm excited for this one.
This one looks, I will say, this one looks a lot more fun than the first one. And I understand, it's Tim Burton did the first one. He's not doing this one, so there's already going to be a bit of a tone difference between the directing styles. And yeah, this one just seems a little bit more fun than the Tim Burton one. So I'll still go see it for sure.
Definitely, and I always enjoy that Disney brings the sneak peeks to the parks now. It's a fun little.
Oh, I wish we had the 3D and the special.
I know.
To travel out to California. Legoland Florida has launched a new initiative that will make the yellow Lego people's home a little more green.
In honor of Earth Day, the park teamed up with Tampa Electric for a 2-megawatt solar energy project that will produce electricity and shade for visitors.
Tampa Electric will install a canopy of solar panels over the resort's preferred parking lot. When it's up and running later this year, it will produce enough electricity to power up to 250 homes annually while shading over 600 vehicles.
That's awesome.
This is a neat little idea. I mean, like Universal has parking garages and stuff, so they do have some shaded spots. But in terms of like parks that don't have the parking garages, I think this is the first I can think of where they're providing shade for the cars.
And in a very green way. Like that's a great idea. At the end of the day, there's nothing you dread more than that walk back to the car.
Oh, and you're like
and you open
desperately
the door,
turning it on and get that air pumping.
You see the steam coming out. You're like, oh man.
Especially with summer coming up. I hope they get this done quickly before summer hits.
I'm sure that's a good goal for them to have. But yes, this is really, really needed.
Yeah. All the other parks should adopt the same kind of philosophy.
Are you going to pay the extra to park there?
Oh yeah, you'd have to pay extra to get the spot, but
it might be worth it on a really
I think it'll be
hot
worth
day.
it because I think it's only a $5, $10 difference at Legoland. They go preferred.
I'm not sure.
I don't think it's that much, so it might be worth it to keep your car nice and cool and save some energy.
Hi everybody! For this week's Hidden Mickey, let's go to Disney's Hollywood Studios, Toy Story Midway Mania. While you're on the ride, be alert for the screen with moving white plates. At one point, a large plate aligns with smaller plates behind it to form a classic Mickey.
Have your best day ever at Fun Spot America.
So you know how Madame Tussauds at iDrive 360 has a lot of temporary exhibits that they change to different locations around the world?
Yeah, it's a good idea. It keeps the guests coming back.
Definitely. Well, Sea Life Aquarium right next door is starting to do the exact same thing.
Oh.
We sent our teen reporter Quinn to see what it's all about. Get what I did there? C-S-E-A, like the ocean.
Yeah, I get it. Anyway, take it away, Quinn. Please.
Hey guys, we're here at iDrive 360 at Sea Life Aquarium to check out their new exhibit on turtles called Turtle Fest. Let's grab some shell. All right, so you have a new exhibit here at Sea Life. Can you tell me a little about it?
Sure. So this is Turtle Fest. This is Sea Life Orlando's newest exhibit. It features 4 habitats with 5 different species of turtles. Some of them are found locally throughout Florida, and some of them are found throughout the world.
All right, are any of them like rare turtles or?
Some of them are pretty common to Florida, so some of them, when you walk through here, you'll see that you've seen in Florida before. However, over here we have our Australian snake-necked turtle, which is native to Australia, and that's obviously one of the more rare ones that we have here, and he's got some fishy friends in there as well, some Australian rainbow fish. So you can see why it's called the snake-neck. It's got that long neck that kind of is indicative of a snake. It's much different than other turtles as it doesn't retract its neck into its shell. It's got that long kind of snake-like neck. So over here is our red-bellied cooter, and this is actually one that you can find in Florida. So this one is found if you're ever out in the wild. You can see these guys out in the wild in Florida and throughout other parts of the United States as well. And then over here, this one's one of my favorites. We've got the common snapping turtle, and he's down low hanging out right there. But these guys, they get their name snapping turtle because they got those big powerful jaws that they'll snap down on their prey in the wild with. And finally, over here, we've got 2 species of turtles in here. One of them is the painted turtle, and the other one is actually a diamondback terrapin. And up top here, you can see the painted turtle. Now what that one's doing is it's getting some sunlight. So up above all these habitats, we have UVB lights, and that light helps the turtles grow their shells so it's nice and thick. And it also gives them a little bit of heat at the same time. They're all cold-blooded animals, and so they need to thermoregulate themselves with heat.
All around the walls of the exhibit, there's facts about turtles, but if you want to know something specific about a specific turtle or fish that you see in here, you can just walk on over to one of these touch screens and find out all you want to know. Did you know a turtle can feel pressure on its shell just as you can feel it on your fingernail? Turtle Fest is included in your Sea Life admission, and it'll be here at least through the summer. Check it out while you can.
The next time you plan a Disney vacation, book with a travel agency that's been specifically designated as an authorized Disney vacation planner. Unlike some other agencies, many of our agents' exclusive knowledge of Walt Disney World can help you get the most out of your vacation, and the assistance of our travel professionals can help you get a customized Disney vacation that's just right for you, your family, and your budget. Start planning your magical vacation today by visiting mousefantravel.com.
Skip the lines with undercover tourists, crowd calendars, touring plans, and mobile apps. Stop paying full price for your family vacation and visit Undercover Tours today.
Many Disney fans only dream of what it would be like to be a Disney Imagineer. Well, wonder no more. We have an exclusive interview with a former Imagineer.
Oh, I wonder how.
No thanks. Save your questions for him.
Oh, good idea. Take it away, me. Brian, thanks so much for joining us.
It's my pleasure.
So you are a former Walt Disney Imagineer. How did you get started in Imagineering?
How did I get started in Imagineering? Lots of begging and pleading. So I was working in Miami, and I was working as a video producer for, I'm going to date myself, for Eastern Airlines. I produced all of their in-flight entertainment videos. Eastern Airlines went bankrupt, so I moved up to Orlando, and I thought, well, gee, I've got a whole year of experience as a video producer in Miami. They're going to have this big corner office overlooking the Magic Kingdom and looking at Cinderella's castle. And I wound up checking guests into the front desk of the Contemporary. And that was my first job at Disney. But as a kid growing up in Florida, you know, always wanted to work for the company. And so I came up here and did that. And my timing was really good because because it was right before the studios opened up.
Okay.
So I was able to start moving it into different jobs out there, working as a production assistant and doing some internal videos for cast communications and eyes and ears and that kind of stuff. And one day went up to my HR person and I said, you know, I'd love to be an Imagineer. And she's like, yeah, you and a million other people. But she gave me the name of someone out there to go see and said, well, talk to this guy, maybe he can help you out. And to make a long story short, he gave me a test project to do, which was to rewrite the script for the animation tour. And I did that, and I guess he liked it, so he brought me on, and the rest was history.
So how many projects did you work on in your time?
Oh my Lord, I can't remember. I mean, and I wasn't there, you know, like years and years and years. I was there, but I mean, the workload was pretty heavy. It was fun.
Now, were you in Imagineering before or after studios opened?
It was after studios opened.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I know you said that you had worked on a place that is near dear to my heart, the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids playground.
Yeah. I didn't really work on that attraction, but you know, all the Imagineers out there, whatever we were working on, whenever something new opened up or whatever, we would get invited to like go check out the attraction or whatever it was. So.
Play test.
Yeah, well, yeah, it was research, not playing.
True, that's right.
Yeah.
So you just go and you go through the playground and be like, this slide a little too fast, or?
Yeah, not even that much, but it was like, you know, oh, that was kind of fun sliding down the film roll, or you know, having the dog sneeze on you. So.
Is there something, a detail out there that you worked on that still guests can still see?
You know, at the studios, there's like so much stuff that's kind of going away now.
Yeah.
I just saw a picture of the splash fountain out there that is going away, and I wrote like the little souvenir plaque. I mean, it's a very small thing, but I was like, oh, that's so sad.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, in the Great Movie Ride, I worked on the script and some of the blocking in there, in the gangster and Western scenes. So. In the Magic Kingdom, the Jungle Cruise queue area.
Okay.
I wrote some of the bad jokes while you're standing in line, and
everyone loves those bad jokes.
So yeah, there's still some bits and pieces of me out there.
Speaking of you know, the future of studios and the parks, so much is coming soon with Star Wars, Toy Story Lands, and a big trend in theme parks seems to be moving more toward media and screen-based attractions.
Right.
Is this the future, right?
Well. I think it's definitely going to be a key part of the future. Media-based attractions are certainly, I think, you're going to be seeing a lot more of them. The technology that's available today to Imagineers and just theme park designers in general is phenomenal. And, you know, I mean, there's stuff that they can do now that they could never do before. I mean, if you remember when Spider-Man first opened, that was like, you know, just blew people away because it's like so innovative new technology. And you know, it just keeps evolving and evolving. Every year at the beginning of the year, all kinds of magazines come out where they talk about what are like the newest trends that are going to be coming out. And one thing that you keep seeing are augmented reality and GPS technology. And you're starting to see that kind of stuff merge into theme park and theme park entertainment. So I think, you know, for the people who are designing attractions, you know, the ones who can kind of like keep on top of that technology and find new ways to introduce it into the parks and enhance the guest experience, I think that's where you're going to see some really cool stuff.
And do you think that, you know, Disney will ever return to those like old school dark rides with just animatronics, or?
I think so. I'd like to hope so. I mean, you know, one thing that Disney is really known for are those dark rides, as we call them, you know, with the animatronics. And I think they're very near and dear to us, but I think what's going to happen is that you're going to see technology being introduced into them to maybe enhance them in ways they weren't before. One thing, for example, that I think you're going to be seeing a lot more of is wearable technology, for example, and the Magic Bands, let's say, is a perfect example of that. And I think Disney is going to be able to do some really cool stuff with those Magic Bands so that when you're experiencing a ride and attraction, maybe it could be even more personalized to you. I saw they were doing that in Small World, as a matter of fact.
Yeah, the goodbyes at the end of the ride.
Exactly. So, yeah.
And yeah, and then I've been seeing, you know, some with the evolutions of animatronics, like you were saying, doing things that they haven't been able to do. with the faces of them,
Right.
the dwarves in Mine Train.
Right.
It's completely ups the technology of them. I love that.
It's phenomenal. I think you're starting to see a lot of technology being introduced to rides, and it's stuff that I think theme park designers are starting to kind of play around with and experiment with, and sometimes that's where you get some of your coolest breakthroughs. So if you look at, for example, Samsung came out with the new goggles that they're giving to guests on the roller coasters, and it kind of transforms an old-fashioned roller coaster ride into a completely new, different experience. I know you got to experience that yourself.
Yeah, they did a test here at Fun Spot back late last year with IAPA, and you know, on the surface, you're seeing people wearing goggles on a roller coaster. You think it kind of looks ridiculous, but it's a pure example of you have to try it to understand it, because it is a completely different ride.
Right, and the thing, you know, when I think about that, is that this is just like the first generation of that technology being used. So, you know, when you think about what they're going to be able to do in, you know, 3, 4, 5, 10 years from now, they probably won't even need those goggles anymore. I mean, the immersiveness of rides is just going to be phenomenal.
You couple that with the immersiveness of lands, like you've seen Avatar being built right now, and how detailed that is, and the concept art for Star Wars. Like, couple those together, and it just really throws you in.
Right. And one thing that I've always looked to try and do is, how do you take maybe two technologies that have never been used before and put them together to make something new? And again, I think that's where you start getting some really fun breakthroughs.
Oh, the future of theme parks is definitely bright, but with you have a website. It's WD with me, correct?
WDwithme.com, correct.
What do you do?
So that's kind of where I leverage my experience as a former Imagineer, and you can go on there. There's some blog entries. You can. I've got links to an Instagram page with some cool photos. I've got a Twitter account so people can follow me at WD with me, Brian. So make sure and follow me, and like me on Facebook too, because I like to be followed and liked. Which, you know, I'm not saying that in a creepy way, but you know, it's social media. So yeah, and yeah, if you just go to my website, all of that's right there.
And what's ahead for you in the future?
Oh my gosh! Well, I'm working on a book right now.
Okay.
A book on innovation from a former Imagineer's point of view, and hopefully we'll see if that'll come out in the next year. And that's pretty exciting.
I'll be looking forward to reading that. We'll have to have you back on to talk about that.
Yeah, love to.
Thank you so much, Brian, for coming by.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
There's a lot of construction going on around the parks right now, and there has been for quite a while, so make sure you know what's going to be open and what's going to be closed while you're visiting. It's never fun to be looking forward to something only to be let down when you get there. For example, we were by the construction walls for Toy Story Land the other day and overheard a woman saying to her family, "Look, there's what's coming this summer." Hopefully she doesn't come back looking for it then. In addition to new projects, old favorites are sometimes closed for weeks or months as they're refurbished. So check online to see what will be open before you visit. Now for this week's calendar.
The Flower and Garden Festival at Epcot features performances by the Georgia Satellites tomorrow through May 1st.
Don't forget to subscribe to our calendar at attractionsmagazine.com to stay up to date on these events and more.
And this week's shout out goes to you, Elisa Goldman.
Me?
Happiest of birthdays.
Oh, thank you.
We still got to put together something for your birthday, but I promise you.
It's next week. We got some time.
We'll get you something fun. I think so.
Thanks.
Now we want to thank MEI Travel, our preferred travel agent for cruises, Disney World, Universal, and all your other vacation planning needs. For a free quote with no obligation, visit MEItravel.com.
And much thanks to Undercover Tourist, our recommended supplier of discount tickets to Orlando and California attractions. For more information, visit undercovertourist.com.
And thanks to Fun Spot America, Central Florida's only family-owned theme park. They provide safe, clean fun in Orlando and Kissimmee. Visit fun-spot.com for tickets and more information.
Remember, you can watch a brand new episode of the show each week on YouTube, Bright House Cable TV Channel 999, iTunes, and through the O-Town app on Roku and Amazon Fire. Okay, so this is something, doesn't happen very often with the show. We have some breaking news, some stuff that just came out today while we were filming the episode, and Universal Orlando, I guess they're on a roll and they want to get things done early because they've announced the second house for Halloween Horror Nights this year. If I could twist my head all the way around, I
would run out screaming. I guess that's freaky. It's The Exorcist, the classic horror movie, The Exorcist.
Man.
And I'm loving the lineup so far this year because they're two wonderful classic horror movies, not too modern. It's just the good old stuff. So
I like that. Honestly, the classics are where it's at, and The Exorcist is a really freaky movie.
When was the last time you think you saw that movie?
I mean, I was a kid, but I remember it because it's like
So
scarring.
ingrained.
Yeah.
Like the pea soup just. Can't wait to go through that scene, huh?
Yeah, smelling it and possibly stepping through it. It's gonna be.
As much as I'm really looking forward to this house, I am not looking forward to that scene in particular. I seriously can't wait. They said it's going to be a soundstage house, so it's definitely the sets are going to be very big and elaborate, and see how they pull it off.
It's gonna be scary.
Yeah, as always.
Ooh. Thank you so much for joining us. We hope you'll tune in again next week.
Until then, visit your local attractions, try something new, stay safe, but most of all,
Have fun.
Okay, I can't go anymore.
Oh, I did it.
Secret blooper of the week.
He's trying to bite me. Did you know a turtle can feel pressure on its shell just as you can on your fingernails? That's off the top of my head. I knew that fact. Look at that weird creature in the background. It's like it's a wild animal.